Do you find yourself being really hard on yourself inwardly, mentally? You're constantly putting yourself down, criticizing yourself, judging yourself. You shouldn't have done like this. Oh, you're so stupid. Or maybe you fear that you are doing things wrong. You're always worrying that when somebody reacts in some way that you think it's your fault. And again, so therefore you put yourself down and you say to yourself, you should have done that better, you stupid, whatever, yeah? Now, if you're doing that, you are really hurting yourself. You're hurting your self-esteem and you're lowering your own vibration. You might know that, and you are in this vicious circle of, criticizing yourself, being hard on yourself, and you're not able to get out of it. You keep on doing the same things. That's why you're not getting out of it. And it's a habit. It's something you've done probably for decades. And you believe it, this is the way it is. And you keep on seeing it on the outside because you're projecting that belief outside. So in this video, I want to give you the most important tip you need to do in order to get out of that cycle. Hey, I am Carolina Cummins. I'm a self-love and self-empowerment mentor and an energy healer, and I'm here to help you with actually finally loving yourself as you are, so that you can be the amazing vision that you have for yourself, so you can become that highest version of yourself and finally do your soul's mission. Okay, so if you have tried various healing modalities, possibly, maybe you're doing mindset work, or maybe you're doing mindfulness work where you're observing what you are thinking, and you can do it for a short little while, but then it all falls to pieces again. Now, the biggest reason why you are stuck and going around in circles is usually because you actually haven't dealt with the belief that your inner child, or maybe even before you're born, in the womb. I've had clients who created beliefs in the womb that they picked up from their mother's energy, actually, and they carried those beliefs all their lives, and they weren't even theirs. So you haven't actually worked with the true belief that's holding back your self-love. So you're constantly cutting off your own flow of self-love that's always there, because you are love naturally. You are love naturally, it's always present. But when you have a belief saying, I'm not safe, I'm not wanted, I'm not loved, I do everything wrong, or I can't get it right, then you are sending out an energy that's not true, and that is lowering your full capacity. That's lowering your light to shine fully. And therefore you can't get there, you can't achieve your childhood dreams. We all have already a knowing of what we would love to achieve in our lives, a lot of us, especially when you're heart-centered and empathic. You kind of have, maybe if it's just an idea, I want to fly really high, I want to do something amazing. Maybe if it's just that, and you don't know what else it is, but you cannot get there with a low self-esteem, right? So when I work with my clients, we work on those beliefs that are actually holding you back. And I take you back in time to go to the time where and when you decided on this false assumption that I'm not good enough, say. And when you understand why you created it and where it came from, that on its own is already taking back your power, and you're realizing, that was just a misperception. And then, I work with you with a timeline therapy, and I also work with you with my own soul alignment process, which means you're working with your issue energetically on the level of the unconscious mind, the inner child, and the body. And that also then works on the mind, and it works on your soul. So basically it's very wholesome, and not just with the mind. And then that helps you to be more positive in the first place. But then there's still the most important step that you have to do. So my client just actually said to me that she experienced in the last few days after we worked together that she still worries that it's her fault, whatever people around her are feeling, you know, when it's not a positive feeling. And she said, yes, I know I need more love, I need more appreciation, and I need acceptance. And I know I need that from myself. I need to give that to myself. And yes, that's true, but there's actually a slight thinking mistake here, because the truth is you already are love. You already are accepted, you are loved, and you are appreciated. Just the way you are. You don't need to do anything, change anything. But what happened in our upbringing and in our conditioning, we believed that the other people are right. The people around us, like our parents or teachers or peers, they are right. And they're telling me what to do, and they're telling me what I've done wrong, they're telling me what they don't like, so they must be right. And we were never able, in that age, of course, we were not able to basically identify whether that's true what they're telling us. And all they ever told us is their point of view, their projection, and their learning and their conditioning. And that, of course, is not helpful to anybody. So because we weren't shown how to let that go when we were little or when we were growing up, we still need to do that process. We need to investigate why we are believing certain things, why we are feeling in a certain way, why do we have this fear of constantly doing everything wrong. That is very, very important. And if we do know that we have a fear of doing it wrong, then is that actually true? Are we doing things wrong? Well, only in the eyes of the other people, right? And we can never please all the people. That's not our task. Our task is only to be our true and authentic selves. Our task is to live from our own love, to live from what feels good to us, and be naturally who we are. And if other people don't like it, their problem, right? That's always their problem. But when we have these beliefs and these lack of self-esteem, we cannot hold ourselves, right? We cannot back ourselves with our own love, because we've given our power to the other people for so long, and we just simply can't trust or believe in ourselves. So now, when the worry comes along, again, when somebody does a certain thing and you think, oh, it's my fault, I've done something wrong here, I shouldn't have done it, then notice, hang on a minute, I am giving my power to them again. Stop. You just have to put a big stop sign in front of your inner eye and no longer follow your mind. Because intellectually you already know that it's not true, that you are not appreciated or not accepted. There's something wrong with you. It's not true. So now the most important step here is to not follow your mind anymore, to not give your mind any more power or focus. That's basically the step you have to do, because you already are loved. Can you see? It's a little bit like when you want to stop smoking, you mustn't take another cigarette, right? So it's stopping the addictive or habitual action you've done for so long. And in this case, you followed your mind. You believed your mind's story. So if you once and for all decide, I don't believe it. I know it's not true. I know it's not true that I am unlovable or unwanted or whatever. So I will now no longer tolerate to believe that. And then when it comes up again, you have to exercise that decision, practice it, and it doesn't matter if you fail the first time or the second time, you keep on practicing it. And I promise you, after 3 to 5 times of practicing and really doing this, it is becoming easier. But we have to start the practicing. Okay? Promise? And when you do that, you will increase your own self-love, and you will basically unravel all those layers that have been hindering you to love yourself, because they are always only beliefs, things that you've given your power to that aren't true. So that's really the task that you need to go on or do. It's like a journey you go on, and you have to do it every time some of those misperceptions come up, and you correct it all the time. And that's the way to succeed. Little steps, trying, praising yourself for succeeding, and just observing. If you couldn't succeed, that's all fine. Never ever judge yourself again. Okay, I hope this helped you, and please give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you really want to have more insights and tips on how to empower yourself and to come back to loving yourself as you are. Until next time, have a beautiful day.